Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Class 10th, chapter 12, biology. Okay, the first topic is involuntary response to the stimulus, which is called the reflex action. Now, reflex action can be understood by using an example which is you seen in a picture. In a picture, when your hand touch to the hot object, okay, what is the response goes on? Now, the first is when your hand touch to the hot object, then the stimulus which is present in your skin receptors, the receptors of temperature and pain, sensed, and a nerve impulse through the sensory neurons goes to the spinal cord of your brain. Okay, the brain central nervous system has two parts, brain and the spinal cord. So, the sensory neurons take this message towards the brain. Now the interneurons are present in the spinal cord. They sense this and towards the motor neuron they send the message in the form of nerve impulse, and the motor neurons response. What is the response? Withdrawal of the hand by the effector, the muscles of the arm. This is the reason that your hand is drawn back. Now there are three types of the neuron. One is the sensory neuron which can sense the hot object. Then the another neurons which is the motor neuron which affect the muscles to move, okay, to withdrawal of the hand. But there are another muscles which are present inside the spinal cord, is relay neuron. Next one is your brain. The brain has divided into forebrain, midbrain and the hindbrain. Forebrain control voluntary action. Voluntary means which are always with your will, and midbrain and hindbrain control involuntary action which are not included, your will is not included in this. Okay, the forebrain is the largest part of the brain, most highly developed in the humans. Following are the important parts of the vision. It is further divided into the thalamus, hypothalamus and the cerebrum. Okay, the important thing is the relay center between various parts of the brain and the spinal cord, and it is important function of the hypothalamus is to link the nervous system of to the endocrine gland, control the secretion of the pituitary also. These are the important functions of the forebrain. The forebrain is the largest area of the brain. It covers the largest area of the brain. So that is the reason that it controls main functions, just like the two cerebrums divided into two cerebrum hemispheres. So that is the reason the olfactory bulbs, olfactory means the olfactory nerves, sensation of the smells, all are controlled by this. The cerebrum is further divided, you can see the picture, into thalamus, hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. The thalamus and hypothalamus are the modified sensory impulses before the travel of the brain. They control the perception, consciousness, sleep, and the hypothalamus control your feelings, just like the pain, pressure, pleasure, sorrows. These all feelings are controlled by the hypothalamus. Now the third one is the cerebrum. There are two types of the matters also present here. Now the further you can see the midbrain. The midbrain lies between the hindbrain and the forebrain and connect the both. The function is to sensory information and send to the appropriate part of the brain. Now the third one is the hindbrain. It consists of actually three parts. It is further divided into three parts. You can see the picture. The third part is the medulla oblongata and cerebellum. These are the parts of the brain. Another one is the pons, means the lower brain, the lower part of the brain is further divided into three parts. One is your medulla oblongata and cerebellum and pons. The medulla oblongata is very important. What is the importance of medulla oblongata? Actually, it controls your reflexes. Medulla oblongata, importance of medulla oblongata is it controls your heart rate, breathing, the vital signs of the body. Your reflexes also, the vomiting, coughing, sneezing, these all things are controlled by the medulla oblongata. And the third one is the cerebellum, which control the balance and memory, the motor memory. And the pons, what are the functioning of the pons? It is actually controlling your breath, the connection between the cerebellum and the spinal cord. And the main functions of the forebrains are, you can see, the thinking, sensing, memory, emotions, hunger, sleep, all are controlled by this. No doubt the brain is the important part which can control your all body functionings. It can control the all messages and nerve impulse goes to the brain, and brain can work with the effectors, the muscles, okay, in the form of the messages, means the important neurons, the sensory neuron, motor neuron, and interneuron, which are also called the relay neuron. Okay, the brain is also covered by the meninges, and which is the importance of meninges is this. Meninges is actually just a covering of the brain. Okay, covering of the brain, it can provide the nutrients and the oxygen to the brain tissues. Okay, nutrients and oxygen through the brain tissue and the capillaries. Okay, brain also need the blood supply for the functioning, for the secretion of the pituitary, and the all functions you can know. The journey of sound to the brain. Important function of your ear, the process of hearing. Okay, when the sound comes in from an object, your ear sense this. The pinna of the external ear focus and direct sound waves into your auditory canal. You can listen the sound, and your eardrum produce vibration into it, and from your eardrums the vibration strikes your middle ear and produce three vibrations towards three more important, the malleus, incus, and the stapes, three bones, small bones. Then from the stapes the vibrations strike to the oval window and then reach to the fluid, middle duct of the cochlea. The fluid of the cochlea is moved and the receptor cells are stimulated. The neurotransmitters, auditory nerve which is for the sound, goes to your brain. The receptor cells generate a nerve impulse which travel to the brain and interpreted as sound in the form of clearly to your words.